Sorry for the first. Sorry for the first part. Got messed up and had to be cut short. If I was answering your in the middle of answering your question, I got cut off. Sorry. If you want to come back, shoot it to me again. I can try to answer it. Something came up, kept getting phone calls, and it was something I couldn't. That I had to drop this to go do right then. So sorry about that. I don't even remember where I was. Um, DP memory, anxiety memory. It's terrible. Y'all know how it is. I think it was talking about being numb. Can't remember what your name was, but you were asking me about being numb, and yeah, man, the numbness is for all is how all of us get when we're going through this because it's your body telling you to slow down, and it's protecting you from whatever dangers or stress that is about because you've put your body under so much stress that it wants to stop you from from feeling as much stress. I don't know who just joined the chat, but sorry about the other one getting taken down so fast. I had somebody call me. I had something to go do real quick, and I couldn't. I had to walk away from here. But yeah, the numbness, man. The numbness is awful, but that's why it feels like you can't connect to things and you can't connect to your surroundings, and you feel like people are alien to you, and you feel like you're alone in a room full of people, and you just feel like nothing exists outside of you, like you're just not really real or you're not there. It's because of that thing of the numbness, and the numbness gets worse when you isolate yourself. The more you isolate yourself, the more numb you get. You got to go out. You got to have panic attacks. You got to feel the world, bad or good. Um, when you're alive, not everything's fluffy bunny. Not everything feels good. Feeling a panic attack, feeling hurt, feeling sad, feeling something is better than feeling numb. So you have to go out and put yourself in situations in which you feel. No matter what you feel, you got to feel it. Um, uh, Questions, guys. Shoot me some questions. I can't remember what the last. I was gonna answer one right before I had to cut the feed last time, and I cannot remember what it said. But it was a good question. I was going to answer it, but I just don't remember what it was. Um, what other things? Panic attacks. Go have them. That sounds terrible. I know, but you need them. Uh, and you need to feel them, and you need to get to where you're so comfortable with them that they don't even bother you anymore. That you're just like, oh, panic attack, cool. Let me do my breathing exercises, or just chill, or if you take Xanax, take a Xanax and sit there and chill. You need to become to where you can handle your panic attacks without seeking the help of others, because that is a very powerful feeling, being able to handle it on your own and to move past it and get through it by yourself without seeking the help of another, because it gives you some self gratification and it helps you to believe in yourself and be like, I got this shit. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think where else I should go. Keep circling back to the numbness thing. That guy asked me about he always feels numb earlier, and he says he always feels numb, and I get that. I feel that a lot too. I felt that a lot too, and that is just the DP. And people, what's up, D-Lo Green? For y'all who don't know who D-Lo Green is, that's Southern Living TV, my boy Dylan. But he's at work right now. See, he's out. He's doing work. He's out there in the world. He went from being inside every day. Now he's working full time doing his thing. So you can too. Um, but the numb thing, when you're numb, the everybody's like, man, DP's so terrible. DP's so this. So something's got to be wrong. DP, panic attacks, anxiety attacks, that boost of adrenaline, whatever you want to call it, DP, in your DR, all of that is your body working how it's supposed to. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do in order for you to stay alive. When you have DP or DR, your body is numbing itself and it's shutting off certain aspects of your mind because your mind is so tired that it can no longer keep up, so it has to shut down certain functions in order to stay functional. And I know that didn't make a lot of sense, but it shuts down certain parts in order to keep the necessary ones for you to stay alive going. And oh shit, I just had a brain fart and forgot where I was at. It keeps the necessary functions going, and that's why it has to shut down others, so it has enough juice per se left to go left to keep going, and to keep you going. It has to shut down certain other aspects in order to keep the ones that are really important going. And when that happens, you don't have emotions, you feel numb, you feel this. Not only is it a protection mechanism to make you feel less pain, but it also conserves the energy of your brain, which is worn out, to provide it to keep the necessary functions going. Emotions aren't necessary, you know. All that stuff's not necessary to you staying alive, and your body knows that, so it shuts those down, not only to keep you from feeling as much pain, but to also keep the reserves high for the necessary functions of life, you know, central nervous system, et cetera, et cetera. But the only people are like, oh, you know, this is so bad, this is awful. Your body's doing what it's supposed to do. You just have to do what you're supposed to do and face the world, face the fears, go out and live, do all that kind of stuff, because your body's doing it. Your body doesn't need you to focus on it and tell it what to do. Your body's going to do it on its own. If you're still alive and breathing right now, your body's working correctly. It's keeping you alive. You don't have to sit there and be like, oh, is my heart beating too fast? My heart beating too slow? Your body is going to take care of itself. People are like, oh, I don't trust myself, you know. I don't think I remember how it felt to be me, and I remember if I'm going to do the right things in the right situations. I promise you, if you can remember your name and you can remember where you are, even if it feels weird and alien, then you remember what to do, what not to do, and your body's going to take care of itself, and you're going to be just fine. You just got to have a little faith in yourself, whether you can feel yourself or not. But your body's doing what it's supposed to. When you have a panic attack, your body's shooting you adrenaline so you can lift a car or run away from a tiger or whoop a mugger's ass in an alleyway, you know. Or run away, you know. It's there. It's supposed to be doing that. It's not something going wrong in your body. It's something going right in your body. And that's what most people fail to recognize with anxiety and panic. They're like, oh, this feeling panic's so scary. Yes, it's scary, but you're scared of the wrong thing. You should not be scared of that feeling, because that feeling keeps you alive. And I feel as if the more you educate yourself on panic attacks and why they happen, and realize that that's just my body doing what my body's supposed to do, it becomes less scary, because you're like, oh, this is... When you start to panic, you're not like, oh, I'm dying. What's this strange feeling in my body? My body's not working right. You're just, huh. Gut gang. But you're freaking out, doing damn it, Dylan. You done commented and messed me all up, forgot where I was going. But your body's doing what it's supposed to do. Your adrenaline spikes, all that kind of stuff. When you, I'm sorry for laughing, y'all. Dylan's comment on here messing me up. But when you have these panic attacks, all you have to think of them as is just, you know, don't think of them as a scary situation or, oh, my body's not doing it. Oh, it feels like I'm going to have a heart attack. Think of it as, once you educate yourself, is when you feel it as, oh, that's a spike in adrenaline in my body. My body's doing what it's supposed to do. You know, this is nothing more than, man, D-Lo Green, you got to chill. Your body's doing nothing more than what it's supposed to do. And when, you know, once you're educated on that fact, it's going to do nothing but help you, because you start to feel it and you're like, I know what this is. Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but I know I'm fine. And once you realize you're fine and you prove to yourself you're fine by going out, having some panic attacks, and then once they're over, been like, I'm fine. You're everything's gonna be good. And as for the DP, yes, it sucks. It's awful. It's depressing. It causes more anxiety. It's your brain's exhausted. You get all these weird side effects, weird headaches, pins and needles. You're thinking. You feel like from 100 miles from your head. You feel like you're thinking back here, and you're watching yourself and all that kind of stuff. It's the detachment. It's because your body doesn't want you to be able to. Your body has you put it under so much stress for so long that you can no longer your brain can no longer handle it, and so it detaches you from it. It's doing what it's supposed to. You don't have a disease. It's just your body's doing exactly what it's supposed to. It's making you feel less pain, even if the pain is not even actually there. Even if it's just something you're afraid of, your body doesn't know the difference between thinking about being attacked by a lion, like being scared of it, and it actually happening. It's going to spike your adrenaline either way, even if you think like it, because we as humans have the ability to think beyond the present. We have the ability to think into the future, which the animals do not. They're just here and now. But because we can think into the future, we can fear into the future, and that's where it gets you. And that's where the problems arise. But the DP, the DR, it's your body doing what it's supposed to. It's protecting you. It's shutting down certain functions so you feel less pain. It's also shutting them down because they're non-essential, and it's keeping the little bit of energy that it has left into keeping the regular functions of your body going. Not to mention, when you start getting stressed out, when you got DP, when you panic all the time and you're scared, you go through all these situations in which your body doesn't work right. You got to work on those, and you got to get them to where they're going right. And to answer the other guy's question from earlier, yes, I'm a firm believer in the fact that DP is an offshoot of anxiety. Some people say, oh, it's a disorder in itself. May be true for like a traumatic brain injury, but in my mind, if it's from anxiety, which most of it is, there's an underlying anxiety issue that needs to be taken care of. That's my opinion. A lot of people disagree with me, but I think I'm right. Thanks, guys. I'll do another one maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Bye.